So Joe Biden's team upset with the press because the press has been going after his age, and it might be because he says things like this. This was the latest.
I'm just following my orders here. Staff, is there anybody haven't spoken to? No, I ain't calling on you. I'm calling on, I said they had 5 questions. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
That's the president.
As you said, Brian, Sleepy Joe's got to go to bed. And if you know that is your vulnerability, which presumably Joe Biden knows, but he's in a big bubble, so he probably doesn't know as much as we think we do, you wouldn't feed into it by going on a long foreign trip and then declaring at the end it's time to go to bed, when the point of the trip in going to Vietnam was to try to stall China's efforts to expand their influence. It's about the least strong thing you could possibly say, yet the White House is trying to spin it, Ainsley, after this.
How is he their candidate? I mean, how in the world is he their candidate? This is the president of the United States, and they want to give him 4 more years? I mean, he's in Vietnam telling the rest of the world that he has to go to bed.
Right, so that's how he ended his speech. Also, he mixed in a few anecdotes that were nonsensical, one of which said that I love that song, Good Morning Vietnam. It's not a song. It was a Robin Williams movie. Not appropriate. And the other thing was the segue to his brother liking movie quotes and saying Dog Face Pony Shoulder, John Wayne movie. It was not a John Wayne movie, and it wasn't said by, I don't know, one of these 1940s actors. It was said by somebody else. So it was a reference that didn't make any sense, which he said before.
Time and time again.
And no one ever reins him in, or he doesn't retain anything. So he does not look sharp. He does not sound sharp. He didn't sound sharp in Saudi Arabia. He didn't sound sharp in Hanoi. And because Democrats are now pointing it out. Did you see what Donna Brazile said? That the numbers are terrible, and we have to act like there's a 5-alarm fire because this looks really bad for her party. Donna Brazile is not one to say things bad about anything with the D next to them.
Neither is the Daily Beast, who pointed out the absurdity of the statement, I'm going to go to bed, and that got the ire of the White House Communications Director Ben LaBolt, who wrote this on X sarcastically. Presidents shall never sleep, not even at night. After marathon days of meetings overseas, sage guidance from the Daily Beast. Next up in the series, presidents shall never eat. No one's saying he can't sleep. They're just saying skip that comment and be self-aware enough to avoid it. He's not, though.
Yeah, the White House Deputy Communications Director wrote, hanging in the basement, and then put a photo up of his full Vietnam and India schedule, and it was like in the morning at Vietnam, in the afternoon in Alaska, and his schedule was packed if you look at the picture. But hanging in the basement is just a play on, remember Donald Trump went after him for running his campaign from the basement, which he did.
She did.
So they're saying he's obviously not in the basement. He's got a lot on his schedule.
They know how bad it is. They know.
What was he saying at the beginning? It was like looking through his notes. Let me see what I'm supposed to say here.
Well, what he was saying is he had 5 people
following my orders.
I'm following my orders.
He keeps saying that, too. He had 5 people to call on. Everybody had 2-part questions. He never answered the second part on any of them. They were all the same question. With China, don't you look at them as an adversary? He kept asking the same question, 5 prearranged questions before. Remember one time he read the question ahead of the answer at the White House?
Because he had it right there.
Because he had it right there. It was incredible. So we are allowing this. We are allowing our president not to do interviews, not to do press conferences, no interviews since July. And then when he goes out, if you point out that he's stumbling all over himself internationally, we're not being fair. Bottom line is, I think they have a small window to replace him.
Yes.
I don't know how you replace him with Kamala, but Gavin Newsom over the weekend, Pritzker, and all these people, they're going to be surrogates for him to go out because he can't campaign. We also know they're going to spend $25 million now for ads. There must be, these internal polls must be horrendous.
They're spending that much money
now,
more than a year out.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it, but they don't know what to do. What's the escape hatch?
Right. And they're banking on him being able to beat Donald Trump.
Right.
They're trying to put Donald Trump in jail.
And the only thing they could boomerang.
And that, yes.
Right. There's that, too.
If they're clumsy with the impeachment, you could make him a sympathetic figure. And that could help.
Not if the evidence comes out, the bank records come out, the voicemails come out, which we're told are out there, up to 17 potentially. I think it's actually more likely to make him even less sympathetic, but we'll see.